record this meeting and also let me share my screen. Okay, so let's create a Spring MVC application by using Maven. Okay, so we need to verify whether the Maven plugin is there in our Eclipse which we are working with or not. If it is not there, we will be able to install that Maven plugin in your Eclipse by using this particular link which provides us few steps, right? So I hope we all have the Maven plugin available because we are working with the Eclipse Neo version, right? So let's go there. So who would like to share the screen? Yesterday Shikanya was trying to share the screen, right? Shikanya, let me try to make you the presenter again. Yes, today it is successfully switched from one user to the other. So please share your screen. Alright. So please go to Eclipse. Okay. So click that file menu. Let's see if we don't have that plugin, then it will not give us an option to create a new Maven project. New. Can you see Maven project there? Right. Yes, Maven project is there. Please go there. Yes, click that one. So we need to create a Maven project. Okay, so it is going to use the default workstation location, workspace location. Let it be. And here, let's not make any changes in this very first screen of new Maven project. Just simply click that next button. Right. So here it shows you all the catalogs, and we need to create a new web project. So we need to pick the Maven web. Just scroll down till to the bottom of that list. You will see Maven archetype web app, the last one. Select that Maven archetype web app 1.0. Okay. It is downloading now. Fine. No problem. Right. Now you are moving on to the next screen wherein you need to mention the group ID, artifact ID, all that. Okay. So here let us enter the group ID like com.spring.practice. So which will be considered as the package as well. Then artifact ID is your name of the project. Say Spring capital S, MVC capital M, Maven app. Perfect. Now you can click the finish button. So this is going to create a new Maven project for us. It takes a little time because you are creating a Maven application in your wait. On your status bar at the bottom right hand side, you can see that how much it is completed. So it is just completed 10%. So since it is the first time you are creating a Maven application, it takes a little more time. Let's not worry about it. Yeah, very good, pretty faster. It reached to 77%. 99. It is validating. Let it be. Alright. So Spring MVC Maven application is created. But there is an error. So go there, expand that Spring MVC Maven app and go to SRC folder, which is shown with red mark. Right. So the structure is also be provided by the project itself. Maven project is giving us the structure. Expand that main. So inside that main you can see web app. Expand that, which is equivalent to your web content folder of your dynamic web project. Right. Index.jsp. Open that. It is basically giving you an error. By default it creates you an index.jsp. So what is the error you are getting at line 1? Just keep the cursor on that. It says that HTTP servlet was not found on your Java build path. Right, so servlet, jar files, all those things will be available with the help of your web server. Right, so we created a Maven archetype web application, but this web application is not configured to be executable on a server. Right, so we need to configure the server basically so that this error will be taken care, because JSP requires servlets. Right, the reason is your JSPs are extended from your servlets. So servlet jar is required, so which is available on your web server. So right click on your Spring MVC Maven app. Then go to the build path, configure build path. Click the library, add library button you can click. It is not jar file, it is an add library. So it shows you all the available libraries. So we need to choose server runtime. Click the next button. Right, so that is the available runtime. Server runtime Apache Tomcat v8.0. Select that and click finish button. So that way server runtime Apache Tomcat is configured. Apply and then OK. Just wait a minute. So that error should go away. You just right click on your Spring MVC Maven app and then refresh. If it is not going away. Press enter somewhere or try to write something and then edit that. Delete that. Save. Right, the file is saved. Is the error gone? Close that index.jsp. Somehow that error should go away. Okay, right click on your Spring MVC Maven app. Choose the Maven option. Click that update project. Click OK. Can you click the Java resources? Expand that. Click the libraries, the last one. Tomcat is there, then should. Okay, right click on Spring MVC Maven app and let's run that one. If error is there, it should not run. Otherwise, it should be running. Say run as run on server. We have not yet written any code, but we are just trying to run that Maven application. Okay, click the next button. Okay, you clicked on finish. Okay. Boom. Click OK. Go to the servers tab in this before console problems. Servers tab is there. Tab beside your console. Markers, properties, servers. It is running. Why? Right click on that Tomcat V8. So how come it is not? Properties. Hmm. Click OK. Can you expand that Tomcat V80 server at localhost? Click that greater than symbol. Servers tab. You can see all your 4 applications which were actually configured on that. Even your Spring MVC Maven app is also configured, but it is not running. Right click on Spring MVC Maven app in your servers. Yeah, remove. Similarly, you can remove other things also. When you are going to run them, it is going to bring them. Okay, now right click on Spring MVC Maven app. Go to build path, configure build path again. Select that Apache Tomcat V80. Remove. Click the remove button. Again click that add library. Server runtime. Next button. You have only one. It is not. Select that Apache Tomcat V80. Then finish. Okay. Still it is not cleaned up. All your web projects are giving error, even your my web project. Can you go there to your my web project? What are the errors? Expand those packages. Are you able to run that welcome servlet? Run that one. Let's see. No, it will not run. No, it will not run because there are several errors are there. So none of them are identified as your okay. Click the next button. Yeah, that is the problem. Wait. Users desktop. Did you remove anything from your desktop? It is a very bad habit of keeping the software on desktop. Any software it is, whether it is Tomcat server or anything. So it is not the problem with the new project that we created, it is the problem with your server which has got corrupted or removed, something else got removed. So try to download the latest Eclipse. Sorry, not Eclipse. So can you show me that Tomcat server where it is? Where is your Tomcat server? Document software, right? This is the one which you need to configure. Okay, go back, go to the server runtime things. That shows that nothing was executed for you. So you are not practicing. Okay, go to create a new runtime environment. Right click there on any project, my web project or something. Mm, build path, build path, then configure build path. Those web app libraries, all that should come automatically because you are select that Apache Tomcat V80 and then click the remove button. No, first of all, remove that existing Apache Tomcat V80 and then click the add library again. Okay, server runtime. Click the next button. Click the back button. Okay. Cancel and also cancel that one also. Go to window menu, preferences, Then scroll down. Do you see servers anywhere? Server. Select that server thing. Expand that. Runtime environment. Here click the add button. Do one thing, cancel this. First of all, remove that existing server which is taken from your desktop thing. Select it and remove it. See, wait. Read that error that says the specified Tomcat installation directory does not exist, which you kept earlier on your desktop thing would have got removed. So that's why it says that there is no Tomcat installation directory existing. Remove that. Yes, delete all the affected servers. Fine. See, even in your servers tab also nothing is visible now. Now click the add button. Now pick that Apache Tomcat 80. Click the next button. Okay. See the Tomcat installation directory, which is a wrong one. Go to the browse button and then point it to your documents, software, somewhere you get, right? Softwares, first one, Apache Tomcat 8.0.39. Inside that you can pick the Tomcat. Right, click OK. Okay. So on the top it should go, the error should go away. No errors now. Click OK. Okay. Now right click on your My Web project. Go to the build path. Configure build path. Click add library. Server runtime. And you pick your Apache Tomcat V80 now and click finish. Then click OK. All errors gone. Now you will be able to run your welcome servlet. Right click, run as run on server. Finish. Okay, fine. Close that and also go to your servers tab, and right now your server is shown as the started mode. Right click on that and then say stop. Stop. Fine. Now minimize that My Web project. Now our project is Spring MVC Maven app, wherein we are getting error in our index.jsp. Is that error gone away? Right? So after you configure the right Tomcat, right? So now no more error. Run that one. Right click, run as run on server. So by default your index.jsp will be considered as the welcome file of this application. There you go, right? So inside your index.jsp hello world is there, so that gets printed. Clear? So we are successfully created a new Maven web project and we configured it to be executable on your configured server, Tomcat server in this case, and we are able to run that. Now here Maven is the one which is used for managing the dependencies required for my project. So when you created a new Maven project, there is a file got created pom.xml. Can you open that pom.xml which is there at the bottom? Yes. So pom.xml is the one wherein we'll be configuring all the dependencies. So click the last tab at the bottom. Overview, dependencies, all that is the last one. pom.xml, last tab. Tab. Last tab. Right. So here is your XML, which shows you how do you do the configuration of all dependencies. So right now it is showing you the JUnit dependency. So in your project structure, libraries, do you see that libraries? 3 libraries are there. Apache Tomcat, Jari System Library, Maven dependencies. Expand that Maven dependencies wherein it is showing you your project is configured with your JUnit. Can you expand Maven dependencies in the Project Explorer under the libraries section of your project? Project Explorer is there on the left hand side, not the XML code. Project Explorer, go to the Project Explorer which is there on the left hand side, which is showing you the complete list of all your projects. So inside write current project, Spring MVC, Maven APP libraries are there. We can see 3 libraries right now. Maven dependencies is there. Expand that Maven dependencies wherein you can see that JUnit 3.8.1.jar is pointed from C:\users your username .m2/repository folder. So whatever the things that we are going to configure in this pom.xml, they all will get downloaded into the .m2 repository in your users folder. So right now it is showing us JUnit 3.8.1. Right, it is a sample POM XML that got generated as part of the creation of a new Maven application. So like the way JUnit is configured here, so we would like to configure all our Spring dependencies. So we don't want to copy the jar files from our extracted zip folder into the lib folder of our web-inf, but we would like to bring all those Spring artifacts to be configurable inside our pom.xml file, right? So for that purpose, first of all, let us declare the properties. So copy these properties at after line number 9. After line number 9, you can paste it. Select that ampersand LT semicolon thing and replace it with less than symbol. Click the replace all button and then close it. Press Ctrl Shift F. So you can see that we have defined few properties. Spring.version, JUnit.version, JDK.version, all that. Right? So these properties we would like to use while configuring our dependencies. Now go to line number 19 and remove that 3.8.1, the version. So in place of it, you can copy this one, $of curly braces and the name of your property. So our property name we declared there in the properties listing JUnit.version. So that one we would like to give it here. Save this and immediately you can observe your Maven dependencies are changing. JUnit 3.8.1.jar is gone and in its place JUnit 4.11 because your JUnit version as you defined in the property at line number 12 is 4.11 version, right? So that's how it is giving you that JUnit 411.jar, right? So similar to this, we would like to define the other dependencies, right? So copy this one after line number 21. So you are not bringing any jar files. You are not breaking your head to download all that Spring software. You are just configuring the things in terms of dependencies so that they will be getting downloaded into your .m2 repository. After line 21 you can paste it. This is another dependency. So line 16 to 21 is one dependency which is declared inside dependencies tag. Another dependency we are trying to define here, group ID is org.springframework and the artifact ID we are providing here is spring-context and $of spring.version. So which version you configured there at line 11? That particular version. Save this and observe your Maven dependencies list. So JUnit 411 was carried up with that ham crest core and then this particular dependency brought up all those jar files like Spring context which we used to copy earlier. Spring AOP, AOP Alliance, Spring Beans, Spring Core, Commons Logging, Spring Expression. So all those core jar files of our Spring framework are defined here. They are all configured as the Maven dependencies for my this thing. Now copy the same lines, line 22 to 26 and paste it again after line 26. Right. Paste them after 26 and line 29. Remove that spring-context. Name it as spring-web. Double click on context. Web. Save that and observe your Maven dependencies after your Spring expression jar. So it will be downloading one more jar file, spring-web jar. Right. So copy this dependency line 27 to 31 and paste it after 31. Spring-web MVC. Web MVC. Artifact ID. MVC. Small. Jar files are not capital. Right. Save that. Right. So this is how all your jar files are configured here. You can see that Spring-web MVC-4.2.5.release.jar is there in your libraries list of your project, right? So all those dependency steps have completed my Maven configuration required for my project, right? Now let's bring the MVC stuff needed for your project. So the very first thing that we need to configure is dispatcher servlet in web.xml, and accordingly dispatcher-servlet.xml. After that we'll create one simple controller as well as a JSP file, right? So that we'll be able to run the application. Scroll down to the SRC folder in Project Explorer. You can see SRC main web app. Inside that web app you can see that web.inf folder. Inside that web.inf folder you can see web.xml, which is the deployment descriptor file. So open that web.xml wherein you need to configure your dispatcher servlet. Okay. So here servlet and servlet mapping definition is needed. Copy this. After line number 6, you can paste this. Replace that ampersand LT semicolon with less than symbol. Save that. And then we need to have one more XML, right? So copy that servlet name and create a new XML file in the same web.inf location. Right click on web.inf, new, other XML file. Dispatcher-servlet.xml. Delete that one line of code, Control D, and copy all these lines of code and paste it there on your dispatcher-servlet.xml. Replace ampersand LT semicolon with less than symbol. Press Ctrl Shift F. Here the context colon component scan is defined with the base package called com.spring.practice. Copy that base package value from line 10 and we'll be creating a new package with that name. Go to Java resources. Go to the top or go to the top. There is SRC main Java is there. Right click on that. New. New package it should be. Paste that package name. Right. Finish. Okay. Save this. Right. Then In that package, create a new controller class. Name it as welcome controller. Okay, finish. And it should be configured with @controller annotation. Copy these two annotation values at the top of that class. And then we will try to define one simple method called welcome method inside this welcome controller class. Press Ctrl Shift O. Then copy this method welcome method also, which is going to return you welcome. Means it is nothing but the name of the JSP file should be that. So copy that return value and we will be creating a JSP page with that name. So go to your web app folder, right click on web app and new JSP file with that name. Paste, right. Save your controller, it is not saved. Copy this one simple line of code inside the body tag. And to invoke this welcome page, open the index.jsp and you can define this hyperlink there. Copy this hyperlink after line 3. Right? So everything is in place. So stop your server right now and you go to your console and click that red button. Yeah, anything is fine. You can right click on your Tomcat server and then stop, or on your console also you can click that stop button. Okay, so minimize your Maven dependencies, minimize your libraries. Now we just wanted to verify the Spring MVC functionality. We just wrote one simple controller which should be executed by the dispatcher servlet, all that. Right? Run this application. Right click on your project, run as run on server. Yep, finish. The server is started and it is going to launch your index page, which is launched with that hello world text as well as the hyperlink. So clicking on this hyperlink will take your request to the dispatcher servlet, and dispatcher servlet passing this request to the handler mapping, and with the help of @request mapping things, it will be able to identify the controller component, and controller component is expecting to return the model and view object. In this case it is not giving us any model object, only view name the controller is passing, right? So there is a method we wrote, request mapping value equal to / welcome. The method that is loading my hyperlink is the get method, and it is executing my welcome object with the model map as its input parameter, but we are not doing anything there in the model map. And we just said return welcome, right? So it is simply returning to the welcome.jsp. It is consulting the view resolver, and view resolver provides the prefix and suffix values so that it prepares the view name, and finally our dispatcher servlet takes the control onto the view layer, and that view layer is responsible to display the output. So in this case our view layer is nothing but welcome.jsp. So if you go there to the welcome.jsp, what we wrote there in that welcome.jsp, we are not reading any data from model object, but we are just trying to display one simple heading value says that welcome to Spring MVC using Maven, right? For example, let's go to welcome controller. I want you to add an attribute to that model map. Press enter after line 13. What is your input parameter? Model dot add attribute. Take the fourth one. Add attribute. Right. Enter. It is expecting attribute name. Within double quotes you can mention some name. Developer. Developer is the username. Is the attribute name. You can give any name, some XYZ. So I want to give you some meaningful name. Developer. Small d. Attribute name should begin. They should be like the variables. And attribute value. Pass some attribute value within double quotes. So who developed this project? Write your name. Put semicolon. Right? So one attribute is carried through this controller. Save this. So this data I want you to retrieve there in your welcome.jsp. Go to your welcome.jsp. Press enter after line 10. Put hyphen. Or write one paragraph text. Write P tag. No need to type. Yeah, in between that P/P you can say prepared by or developed by, this app developed by, prepared by, whatever, prepared by dollar. No. Big no. It is again your static content. We want to do the things dynamically. Bring the data that you set there in your welcome controller. Yes, dollar, curly braces. So within your curly braces, what is that you need to mention? Attribute name. So what was the attribute name? Developer. Perfect. Remove that space. Save that. Remove that curly brace and then type it again. Save. Go to your welcome page of the browser. Refresh that. Any spell mistake? Just check that. developer. That should be same as your attribute name you wrote there. Can you fix that error? So go back to your previous applications that you wrote in your Spring MVC app or Spring MVC annotation app, right? So from there you can, with that reference, you can fix that. So I want you to fix this on your own, not now. Show me that bug fix in tomorrow's class. We'll stop here for today. Any questions before we terminate? No need. No need. Even if you configure your welcome file list, doesn't make any big difference. Why? Because by default it is looking for that index.jsp. Right? Maven application by default loads that index.jsp which is already created there. Earlier we were creating our own file index.jsp. If any other file we want to exclusively load it there as a welcome file, then we can configure welcome file list all that. Otherwise, as long as you are fine with that index.jsp which got created by your Maven project, own it. Right? So refer all these URLs, and then in our next class we'll try to understand how do we work with the JDBC integration inside a Spring framework. Right? So we'll stop here for today. Any more questions? Pasha, are you able to follow? Is the things clear to you, Shikanya? I mean, what we are trying to do, all that is clear for you? Okay. I just refer the URLs I shared, refer the PDFs that I am uploading, right? So that will clear all your clouds. And also practice as much as you can. So with practice only you'll be able to ask me any doubts. Otherwise, if you are not practicing, you'll not be able to ask anything, right? So if you are practicing, you'll get some doubts, you'll get some questions, you'll get some problems, issues. So especially during the learning stage, beginning stage, we should get issues, we should get into issues. So those issues will really helpful for us to learn something new. Right? So without issues, if my steps are giving you the right output, you will not be able to learn much. Right? So that is the reason I keep on asking you since from the beginning of the course, practice, practice, practice as much as you can. Right? Okay then, sure. So we'll stop here for today. We'll catch up tomorrow. Right? Thank you guys. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.